Okay, wait.
Like your little truck spot.
Oh, it's, yeah, and Anthony's. Have you met Anthony?
I haven't.
Okay. Okay, I don't even know how to use this. Oh my gosh. Or do you want to hold this? Let's see.
No, we can figure it out. I'd rather.
Yeah.
Maybe slide it through. There we go.
Okay, I think it's live already, right?
Should be, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we think we're live. It says we're live. This is One Body, the Takeover, One Love. We're bringing some worship from Store Plaza at UCSP. Ah, that's why.
Testing. So hello everyone. Good afternoon, UCSB. If you're wondering what this is called the Takeover. We're gonna begin with this song, which will introduce the hour. So during this hour, we just want to fill the atmosphere with light, with hope, with truth, with love and freedom. So feel free to be free. If you want to dance, we have an art station in the back. If you want to just sit down, do some art. If you want to take a paper in the back, write affirmations to yourself or to someone else. This is a free space. If you just want to eat lunch, that's fine too. Yeah, so the idea of the takeover is pretty much to show that we have power, we carry gifts, whether it's cultural, spiritual, just the gift of being you. And we're going to be showcasing different artists, creative people every week in spring quarter. This week we're here today and next Thursday. So if you're a musician, if you have a message of hope to share, I'm going to be gathering people to do that. But for today, I'm going to be showcasing myself. Okay, so this is, before we begin, this is Anthony. You want to introduce yourself?
How's it guys? My name is Anthony Kugis, and yeah, one of my good friends, Charlie. So I'm excited to play for you guys.
And Anthony's a local musician, and he has an open mic night. If you want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, so tomorrow on February 26th at 6 p.m. we have open mic night at the Rat Pack on the west side of Santa Barbara, 1511 San Pascual. So we have an open mic from 6 to 7, and then we have a local artist showcase. So it's gonna be fun.
Thanks, Anthony. And yeah, we have Lizzie in the back. She hosts these art therapy sessions, so that's why she's there today with us. if you're interested in art therapy sessions, she throws them on in town in Goleta. And yeah, anyway, welcome. Okay, so we'll get started. So, as I said, today I'm featuring myself, and I'll start off with my name. My name is Charlene Wambui Masharia. I come from Kenya, which is in East Africa. And yeah, so today I'll be sharing the story of myself and inviting you into my world, pretty much. My name, my middle name is Wambui, and it means singer, or the one with the songs, the one who brings songs. So I'm gonna be reclaiming my gift and sharing it, and also sharing songs in Swahili language. Who gets tired of speaking in English sometimes? You're just tired. Sometimes you want a different language. I don't know. Well, I do, because yeah, sometimes it's just restrictive sometimes. So thankfully I speak another language, and that's Swahili, and it's also spoken in a lot of different African countries. Yeah, so today you'll also get to learn some Swahili. So I'll start off with habari yako. So say that, habari yako. That means, how are you? So that's simple, it's habari yako, that's how are you? And then habari also just means news. So it's almost like, oh, what's new, or what's the news? So habari yako, welcome, thanks for coming. This was like super last minute and not well advertised. So thanks for coming, but either way, we still wanted to be out here and just take up space. So with that, I'm gonna start off with a song. Usually in ceremonies, you begin with an acknowledgement of the land and the people that it was taken from. And before we get to that, I also want to acknowledge the Creator who created all of us, and who gave us land, who gave us space. And so I'm gonna start off with this song. It's in Swahili, and it's called Father of the Heavens, or Baba wa Mbinguni. Okay, so Anthony, you ready? I should say. So this was actually not rehearsed, but we're just gonna go with the flow. Baba wa mbinguni, nyosha mkono wako, watu walione, walisifu jina lako. Baba wa mbinguni, nyosha mkono wako, watu walione, walisifu jina lako. Okay, I'm gonna give Anthony a minute to get his guitar going. Okay, so while he's doing that, I'm gonna go back to my name. So what is your name? Think about this. What is your name? Have you ever thought, what does your name mean? Hey, Mose. What is your name? Yeah, sometimes you just like, why do you exist? But what does your name mean? Because your name is your calling. That is what you're called. So your name is also a calling. Your name has your purpose embedded in it. So my name, Wambui, as I mentioned, it means singer of songs. And it came from my great-grandmother, which I didn't get to meet her, but yeah, but from what I've heard about her, she always just used to sing a song. Like when she meets you, she would greet you with a song that she'd make up right on the spot. Like she'd just meet you with a song. Also, my great-grandmother, she was a very special lady because my dad and my and his cousins were really scared of her because they would come to her house and food would just appear, hot food would just appear out of nowhere. And so, and also, she just used to talk to God like God was there. And so even her husband, my great-grandfather, he got irritated, like, what are you doing? Like, who are you talking to? And one day he beat her up because of that. Like, you should just stop acting crazy. And I think a couple nights after, he had a visitation. So pretty much, she told God what happened. And then whether it was angels, I don't know, angels or demons. He got beat up in his sleep by people he couldn't see. And after that, he knew to fear that he couldn't tell her not to be herself. He couldn't tell her not to be spiritual, not to have a relationship with God. And because her relationship was powerful and was true. And also why I'm sharing this story, because my great-grandmother, this is before we were colonized. We were colonized in Kenya by the British. And so sometimes the colonists have this idea that they introduced God to us, and that's obviously a lie. Like, who doesn't know their creator? So when I think about my name, I remember my roots and I remember my spirituality. Yeah, so that's why I'm not here singing songs. I haven't really shared songs in a long time. But I feel like it's a time that we're being called to rise and shine, and music and sound is more powerful than we think, especially out here in the West. Okay, so it looks like Anthony's back with the guitar, so we're gonna try that song again. Okay, so once again, it's called Baba Wambui, or the God of the Heavens. Baba wa mbinguni, nyosha mkono wako, watu walioone walisifu jina lako. Baba wa mbinguni, down a little more. So I grew up half my life in Kenya, and then I moved out here in the middle of high school. And yeah, so I got to experience life on 2 different continents. And I must say, from my experience, like, life in America is really fast-paced. Like, there's this pressure to constantly do, produce, versus just to be. And so I constantly have to remind myself to slow down, to ground myself. And yeah, so today I want to present to you 3 main ideas or concepts. 1 is breath, and 2 will be sound, and then 3, movement. Because we like to talk about movement and making moves and stuff like that. And but I wanted to especially focus on breath and also sound as powerful things. So we can begin by taking a deep breath. Okay. I'm not usually good at taking a breath. Just take it however you want to take it. So I'm gonna read this. I came across it on Facebook. It's been reshared a couple of times, and it talks about the name of God in Hebrew, which is an ancient language. And here, let me just read it. Okay, so there was a moment when Moses had the nerve to ask God what his name is. God was gracious enough to answer, and the name he recorded in the original Hebrew is YHWH. Over time, we arbitrarily added an A and an E to get it Yahweh, presumably because we have a preference for vowels. But scholars and rabbis have noted that the letters YHWH represent breathing sounds or aspirated consonants. When pronounced without intervening vowels, it actually sounds like breathing. So Yah or WH is like an inhale, and YH is like an inhale, and WH is the exhale. So a baby's first cry, his first breath, speaks the name of God. A deep sigh calls his name, or even a groan or a gasp that is too heavy for mere words. If even an atheist would speak his name, unaware that their very breath is giving constant acknowledgement to God. Likewise, a person leaves this earth with their last breath, when God's name is no longer filling their lungs. So, when I can't utter anything else, is my pride calling his name? Being alive means I speak his name constantly. Is it heard the loudest when I'm quietest? In sadness, we breathe heavy sighs. In joy, our lungs feel almost like they will burst. In fear, we hold our breath and have to be told to breathe slowly to help us to come down. When we're about to do something hard, we take a deep breath to find our courage. When I think about it, breathing is giving God praise, even in the hardest of moments. So the idea that when God created human beings, he breathed life into us. So that breath is also spirit, and God is spirit. And as we're taking our breaths, it's a reminder to be connected to the one who gave us the breath. So now I'm also going to introduce sound before we do this next song. In the book of Genesis, I'm just going to read that as well. I have it. Yeah, the book of Genesis 1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was in the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." So we find again the Spirit of God, or the breath of God. "And then God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light." So the concept of breath and sound. So there was darkness, there was chaos, and then there was breath, and then there was a sound that caused light to come. So that's what I want to introduce even with this session, that when we're singing songs, it's not just a song, you're changing things in the spirit. Everything is spiritual. Say that, everything is spiritual. So the things that we're seeing in our world, we like to see the physical, but these are roots, and those roots are spiritual. So I just wanted to let you all know that you have the power, we have the power, we have the breath, we have the sound that we can release that can change darkness into light. So as we're doing this, yes, you can watch me, but also feel free to make a sound. I know some of you are eating, just eat, don't choke. But feel free to release your sound as well. As you're releasing the sound, you're releasing out your anxiety, but you're also releasing your light to combat any darkness that we're facing in the world. So connecting this to the Yahweh, the breath or the Spirit of God, we're gonna just sing, and this is a spontaneous song. We're just gonna make it up right now as we release sounds and release anxiety, release worries, and just take over the atmosphere with our own sound. So So once again, feel free to just be you, release your sound. So sometimes all you need is one word for a song. Okay, let me see where we're going now. So I started with a story of my name and find my pocket. Yes. Okay. So I talked about breath and sound as affecting things in the spirit. And so actually, music, sound, you releasing your breath is warfare. You're coming against whatever negativity, darkness, with presenting yourself, with releasing your light. So I call this time the takeover because we like to focus on the struggle, the resistance, but light doesn't struggle. It just, like when you turn it on, it just takes over this space. So it's that concept of not just seeing yourself as a victim, constantly pushing against the system, but how can we reframe and think about ourselves as powerful? And our breath, our songs, our statements as changing things in the atmosphere. So with that, I'm very aware that the system is not set up to serve everyone. There's different ways to fight. So I'm also presenting song as a way to fight in the spiritual realm. So this next song I'm singing, you can think of maybe a systemic injustice, whether it's racism, whether it's what's happening over in Ukraine and Russia, whether it's just the land we're standing on and how America was built on genocide and slavery. So any of those things, you can think about all of those things. And so this song that I'm singing, it's called, I'll just say it and translate. So it's Oe Shetani, so you devil, stay behind me, I'm moving forward with God. So you can actually speak to the spirit behind the racism, all of those things. So right now we're not, the people in power are operating under spirit, whether it's hate, whether it's whatever it is. So right now we're actually talking directly to the spirit of the thing, and tackling the spirit, and then obviously, yes, we also have to put things in practice, and now working towards the change we want to see. But what I'm presenting is beginning with the spirit. So with this song, as I'm singing it, talk to whatever thing that you're facing, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's the things we're seeing in mass incarceration in this nation. Whatever it is, address that, and we're pretty much saying that it has to stay behind us, and we're moving forward in light and truth and love. So this is what this song is about. So think about those things and release it and address them. We're not running away from those things, but they're the ones that have to stay behind. So this song. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Okay, then this part, there'll be a part that says E-I-Ya, 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 E-I-Ya. So those are just sounds. So once again, there's a power in releasing a sound, any sound. So if you want, you can join in and say that. And then there's also a part that says umama, 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 umama. So those don't have a specific meaning. It's just, once again, using sound to release your sound into the atmosphere, to combat the darkness or whatever it is. Okay. Let's start again. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. Oh, Shetani, we're back in your mommy, and Ananias. yeah, you can actually sing a song and have joy even in the fight, in the struggle. So this next song I actually want to teach you all because it's easy, and it's asante. Asante means thank you, so that's an easy word to learn in Swahili. So asante, thank you, and it's just giving gratitude for life, giving gratitude for, yes, the things that we take for granted most of the times. And so this will be easy for you to maybe remember. So it's nasema, it means I am saying, and then asante means thank you. So it's also a song to the Creator. So nasema. So if you want to sing along, I'll say nasema, then you can come in asante. So nasema asante, nasema asante, nasema asante, ewe Mungu wangu, nasema asante, nasema asante, nasema asante, ewe Mungu wangu, wewe ni. Now this is saying Alpha and Omega. I think you know what that means. Like God is the first and the last. So wewe ni Alpha na Omega, wewe ni Alpha na Omega, wewe ni Alpha na Omega, ewe Mungu wangu, pokea sifa zetu Bwana, pokea sifa zetu Bwana, pokea sifa zetu Bwana, ewe Mungu wangu. So by now you should know that word asante means thank you. And actually Rafiki in Lion King also says it, asante sana, that's thank you very much. Okay. So the next thing, let me have to refer to this thing. Okay, so once again, now also coming back to the vision of, if you just came in, this event is called the TakeOver, One Love. And once again, it's taking over, presenting light to darkness. And One Love because we want to feature everyone, all of God's creation, and the different gifts that we all carry, ethnic, culture, whatever culture you're from, and there's no exclusion when it comes to, pretty much what we're trying to do here. And so this is the start of a series. Next week we'll also be featuring Anthony, and I'll actually let him sing next time. Anthony and some other people, local musicians, next Thursday at noon. And then in next quarter, we're gonna be inviting also different student cultural groups. We just wanna bring life back to campus. So more dancing, more music out here. I know a lot of that stuff already happens like at the MCC or other places, but I want to kind of centralize and make that the theme and the vibe of campus, unity and oneness. Okay, so you may have heard it, like some people say like, oh, God works in mysterious ways, but I don't think that's true because like from my perspective, like even like the Bible says, God is love. And if you do not love, you do not know God. So we already know how does God move in love. And then also there's a verse that says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. So that's number 2, freedom. So if you can speak the language of love and freedom, then you already understand how God moves. And I know by these songs, it's not just entertainment. I know that it's part of a movement of freedom and liberation for all people. And that's the kind of the mission of this event, I guess. Yeah, And okay, now I'm gonna sing a song. Okay, I'm gonna share with you the Kenyan national anthem, which is really cool because it was composed in 1963 when we got our independence. And they used a lullaby from a tribal called Bokomo. So it's a lullaby and it's actually a prayer. So I'm gonna sing it and then also give you the translation. Okay, actually, let me give you the translation so you can know what I'm singing. So the translation is, O God of all creation, bless this our land and nation. Justice be our shield and our defender. May we dwell in unity, in peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders. Let one and all arise with hearts both strong and true. Service be our earnest endeavor, and our homeland of Kenya, heritage of splendor, firm may we stand to defend. Let's all with one accord, in common bond united, build this our nation Kenya together. And the glory of Kenya, the fruit of our labor, fill every heart with thanksgiving. So I'm not just singing this on behalf of my country, but it's a prayer that I feel like can apply to our world. We need peace, we need love, unity, justice. So yeah, I'm gonna sing it. Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na udugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi. Amkeni ndugu zetu, tufanye sote bidii, nasi tujitoe kwa nguvu. Nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda, tuwe tayari kuilinda na tujenge taifa letu. Ndio wajibu wetu. Kenya istahili heshima, tuungane mikono pamoja kazini, kila siku tuwe na shukrani, kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Every day let's be thankful. Kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Oh, kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Amen. That's prayer. Have a few more minutes. Okay, so this is, okay, I'll do this one song and then, okay, this is a song, it's a translation of a hymn. So there's a hymn that's, give me oil in my lamp, give me burning, 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 if you know that song. So this one is, it's the Swahili version of that song. Sorry, I couldn't remember if it was guitar. Okay. No, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Nipe mafuta kwa tangu, nipe mafuta ya kuwasha, nipe mafuta kwa tangu, nipe mafuta ya milele. Imbeni hosana, imbeni hosana, imbeni hosana Yesu yu Bwana. Imbeni hosana, imbeni hosana, imbeni hosana. makwata yangu, nipe mafuta ya milele. Imeni hozana, imeni hozana, imeni hozana, Yesu yu Bwana. Imeni hozana, imeni hozana, imeni hozana milele. Give me oil in my lamp, give me burning, burning, burning. Give me oil in my lamp, I pray, hallelujah. Give me oil in my lamp, give me burning, burning, burning. Give me burning till the break of the day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. I think my voice sounds better this way. Okay, that was it. Okay, yeah, I think the last few 5 minutes, I'm gonna play a song and invite you. If you want, you can listen. If you want to move around, you can also move around. Um, Never mind, his phone died. Okay, well, I was gonna play a song that we can dance to, but I think his phone died. I don't know if we can get all that set up right now, but I can also give up this space to Anthony to sing a song. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for coming and listening and joining. Like I said, we'll be out here next Thursday. And next Thursday, I'm not a musician. I just like to sing. So this was my first time just putting myself out here. So thanks for listening and taking part of it. Next week we have actual professional local musicians. My friend Lumines, she's a wonderful musician and a wonderful person. So she'll be sharing some music. I might also come and join with the song, and Anthony will also share more of his music. And like I said, if you're interested, you can sign up. I think there's a paper in your back. You can sign up to present something, to share your culture, to share a message of hope. We'll be doing this once a week in spring. We haven't announced the dates yet. Okay, so thank you so much. And for now, I'm going to give Anthony a chance. And also, he has an open mic tomorrow, so if you're interested in his music, feel free to contact him after this. So, Anthony, go ahead.
pretty sure it stayed on the whole time. Just got a low battery noise, I think.
Oh, did it start?
Yeah, I think so. Right.